In England, 14% of secondary school pupils, that's about 400,000, speak a language other than English as their first language. In English primary schools, 1 in 6 children don't have English as a first language. Together, this amounts to about 1 million children throughout the school system. As more and more people speak English around the world, this gives a wonderful first opportunity to the young British people who are bilingual to communicate their ideas.
Research shows that children who speak more than one language have a considerable advantage over their monolingual playmates when it comes to communication, understanding, and social interaction. Of course, these advantages can go even further if children are encouraged to pursue formal qualifications like GCSEs. However, what we find is that it's very common that kids don't learn to read or write their language, and therefore their linguistic skills do not develop fully. And they kind of stall at some point, and that puts a serious limitation on the kind of the range of situations in which they can use their languages.
I think it's important to be examined in Bengali because at home when I do it with my parents, they don't really tell me what's right and wrong. But if I get examined, I know what's right and wrong and I'm learning as I go along.
We're glad we took it because we're much more confident when we speak, and we actually know how to read things. Like if I go back to Bangladesh, I can actually read the shop signs without being like, oh, what unusual shapes, because everything's completely different from English.
If I was to persuade someone to take Turkish GCSE, I would probably tell them that there would be an extra GCSE for them, and it would help them to get into college maybe, and also let people know that you know fluent Turkish as well.
Well, I was lucky enough to be brought up in Polish before I actually learned English, even though I was born here in the United Kingdom. It's given me all sorts of opportunities, advantages. It's allowed me to understand a different culture, different histories, and it's given me the breadth that otherwise being tied to a single language might be difficult to achieve.
Although many schools do provide the support needed to take a formal qualification, school census data suggests that perhaps only half of pupils take the GCSE in their mother tongue. For some languages, including those in the top 20 most common languages spoken in the UK, like Filipino, Somali and Lithuanian, there's currently no GCSE on offer, though we hope this might change.
A couple of years ago, students came to me because they wanted to increase their knowledge of Bengali. They speak very proficiently, but they wanted to be able to read and write as well, which they needed to be taught. So I set about that and eventually came up with a teacher, and we've been having lessons in the school for the past 3 years.
Working with local schools, local language schools and the local educational authorities, we hope we can promote the value of pursuing formal qualifications like GCSEs in languages.
Taking languages obviously inspired me to do more languages, and it's to take different language makes you more of an interesting person as well.
Taking Bengali is a good thing because my family, my parents both speak Bengali, so it's carrying on the family tradition.
It's good to speak the language that my parents speak, and I won't forget it.
At home I'm helping my mum learning English and write and read, so she gets better.
Languages are a way into understanding different cultures, communities, traditions, and increasingly language skills are needed in all different kinds of workplaces.
For a career choice, I want to do law. I'm not sure if I want to be a lawyer or barrister, but I know I just want to go down the law route.
Career choice, I'd love to be in the psychology field, I'm not sure where.
And when I'm older, I want to be a doctor.
I want to be a police officer, and I think it will be helpful for the job.
If you're lucky enough to have a second language, why don't you actually consider the opportunity of getting a formal qualification in that language? It's great because you have got another asset. Make sure that future employers know that you have that other asset. It says a lot about you. And when you're in competition looking for jobs, it means you are slightly different and you offer something else over and above what everybody else might offer in terms of qualifications.